Polly Brennan here from Adventurous Coaching. I'm going to talk to you for the next 10 minutes about resilience. Resilience is something that has been around for a long time. So is it really a new concept, or is it we're thinking about it a lot more now in the ever-changing world that we live in? Some people might argue that life's expectations today, more demands in our lives. We have different roles, we have different expectations. Some people talk about the impact of social media on our expectations of ourselves. However, we've always faced challenges. There's been depressions, there's been world wars, there's been economic slumps and all sorts of events that have happened around that have really influenced us. So this is an interesting topic of debate. Do we need our hard hat more now than ever to deal with life stress and to be more resilient, or has it always been around? Now, I love to ask people when I run workshops and sessions, I love to ask people to think a bit about what resilience really is, because we're all using the word resilience, but what does it really mean? And when I'm talking to people about resilience, what I'm really aware of is that it probably means something different to each of us. So what does it really mean to you? That's a big question and something that I'd actually like you to give a little bit of thought to. And people often use metaphors. People talk about that ability to flex under pressure and bounce back. And sometimes people talk about the idea that is resilience about, being a thin sheet of aluminium that can flex under pressure and resume its former state. Other times people talk about almost being resilient as being like having a shield of armour that bounces back life's obstacles and missiles and protects us. So there's lots of different metaphors we can use to think about resilience. We can all agree that it's about that bounce back ability. It's about the ability to protect ourselves in the face of external challenges. I like to adopt a curious approach when I'm thinking about resilience. So today you're not going to get any clever, complex theory or quotes or definitions. We're just going to think a wee bit about what that could mean really to you. The first question I always ask people is, what does resilience look like for you? And I get people to tap into a time when they can recall feeling resilient in their lives. And a time when they can think about what resilience might have looked like in action. So something for you to think about right now is that very question. Tell me about a time, or think about a time when you felt you're most resilient, when you've been able to manage the challenges that life's given you, and you've been able to take everything on board and deal with perhaps challenges, to stay confident in the face of demands and expectations, when you've been able to commit to following a goal through into action and getting the job done, or when you've had to deal with managing the amount of control you might have in a situation. I want you to think about what that looks like for you, because that's really important, and no definition in the world can tell you what resilience looks like for you. So you could describe some actions. It might be that you're able to see things through to, completion. It might be that you are able to speak your words and be confident and get your point across. It might be that you're a relaxed and happy version of yourself. I want you to think a bit more about what resilience looks like to you. What message you might be carrying around at that point in time. What are you telling yourself as you go into the world as that resilient version of yourself? What are you thinking that keeps you going in the face of challenges? What is it that keeps you being that best version of yourself even when things get really tough? We all have a little internal dialogue going on in our minds. The inner critic can be really active when we're under pressure and we're stressed, and it can tell us very unhelpful and negative things that we can actually assume to be fact rather than just opinion. So what messages we're thinking about is also part of our resilience, alongside how we're behaving when we're resilient. I want you to think a little bit about what message it is you carry around with you that helps you be a resilient individual, because the more we can tap into that and really listen to that, the more able we are going to be to go out there as that resilient version of ourselves. And when we're thinking unhelpful thoughts, we have to really check in with that. And we can really influence what we're thinking. And that will influence how we interact with the world and how we deal with life's challenges and stay resilient. My question for you is, what are the activities that you do in your life that really help your heart to flourish? So those are everyday things that feed your soul. I like to call them sometimes daily maintenance activities. They're things that you do day to day that they might sometimes seem simple, everyday habits, everyday tasks, things you do regularly. It can be everything from a workout or a walk. It can be about spending time with people that lift you up. It can be about walking your dog. It can be about making time to do that thing you love, that hobby. It can be simple accomplishments in a day, simple everyday things. For me, it's things like seeing my friends and really chewing the fat and sorting out the world. It's about making time to read a book. It's about getting a workout. And it's about taking time out for self-care and really lovely things that top me up. So what does that look like to you? So these activities that help you be resilient, these are the things that keep you topped up in life. And as simple as they may seem, it's vital that you continue to do these things. So another question for you connected to resilience: what are those everyday things that help you feel the best version of yourself, and that if you stop doing them, it can impact how topped up you are and how able you are to tackle adversity? So these questions are very simple questions, but they're really important. And because what they help us to do is to formulate what it is that resilience means to us, and it helps us to formulate what a resilient version of ourselves will look like. So I've asked you already to think about what resilience looks like for you. We need to know what message you have that helps you to feel resilient and reminds you that you can have more, be more, and do more. And sometimes mine is about reminding myself that I'm absolutely awesome and that it's okay to shine. We've also talked about remembering what things really help your heart to flourish, that really maintain you, that top you up, that might be simple and everyday, but they really matter. Another question is to think about, what are the early signs that are around that tell you that your resilience could be compromised? It'll probably be signs that show that you're stressed. It could be simple things like when you hear yourself say, I just don't have time for this. It might be when you start to procrastinate or avoid or hide away. It might be small and subtle, simple signs and behaviours. And it might be things that you don't actually notice very well, but other people around you who know you well do. So if you're not sure what your early signs are, ask someone that knows you well to tell you what they see, and pay attention to that, because your job going forward is going to be to really notice when those signs are there and listen, because it's your body and mind's way of telling you need to pay attention to yourself, and that you need to really think about doing those daily maintenance activities that top you up, and to think about what support you might need to help. Final question: who is on your team? In life, I recommend we have a team of five people that help us to, in different ways. They can help us in different ways. It might be that it's the people who are honest with you. It might be the people that help you laugh more. The kind of people that you can go to for guidance, mentorship. It might just be those people that listen to your words and let you say your words and offload. It might be people who acknowledge and validate you, or people who give good advice. It could be all sorts of people. It might even just be people that get you out doing the things that you love. If there's anybody that's on your team right now that you actually, in retrospect, maybe don't help you, it's okay to demote them and to give somebody else a promotion. Simply knowing what helps you to thrive, having the activities that sustain you, the habits and activities that sustain you as best as you can, having a strong team of people around you, noticing the early signs and taking action, so that going forward, your wall might wobble, but it won't crumble and fall, because you'll have some good, strong foundations there to keep you healthy and well. So today I've been talking about resilience, and this is about really managing life's stresses. It's about dealing with adversity in the best version of you possibly can of yourself, so that you can have more, be more, and do more. So it's Polly Brennan talking today about resilience, and there'll be more to follow on resilience, action planning, and ways to boost your resilience. So keep checking in.